Before I start this video, I'd like to say it's sponsored by OneFootball, the app that gives you access to all the stats, facts and all the good stuff about football. And if you'd like to download that, download it in the description down below. 2018 has been a turmoilous year for West Ham United, the beginning of it at least. We started the year in turmoil. Under the guidance of David Moyes, we didn't know where we were going. The board seemed to have lost the plot. A lack of January transfers once again left us in a real bad position, and we couldn't seem to shake that relegation threat from our tail. Through January and February there were talks of protests, of course, coming up to March with a protest against the current owners, their lack of interest in progress in the club and leaving us in a real bad shape. The protest got called off as the club met a few of the organisers' terms and conditions to make the club feel more at home. But that didn't sit well with a lot of people, and at the beginning of the year the West Ham family was fractured. March the 10th was the pivotal moment where the fracture was evident. Brother was fighting brother. West Ham family had never been more divided. Nobody could seem to agree on anything. Now when March the 10th comes, the old saying goes, the night is always darkest before the dawn. And that was the pinnacle of the protests as West Ham went 2 to 3-0 down. People started to spill over the pitch. Emotions started running high. People didn't know what was going on. There was chaos in the stadiums, and we'll never forget the image of Bubbles running to the centre circle and sticking a corner flag in protest against the current owners. Now that image summed up it for me, and at the time, as a channel and as a West Ham fan, I didn't know what was going to happen, because it felt like the beginning of the end, not only for the channel but as a West Ham fan, because it felt like the fan base was so far apart that no one would ever be together again. We survived relegation by a few games to spare, by the skin of our teeth, and in the summer it was time to go away and evaluate everything that had happened that year. It was difficult, but by some minor miracle the owners coughed up £100 million, and as we said goodbye to some of our old heroes, we said hello to some new ones. Issa Diop, Fabian Balbuena, Fabianski and Anderson, named but a few, came wandering into the club. With the arrival of Manuel Pellegrini, we thought that things would start to get a little bit better on the pitch, and the fixtures weren't kind to us. We started the season against 5 of the top 6 teams in the country and lost our opening 4 games. Some people were starting to question the appointment of Pellegrini, but everybody in our own mind knew that this was a quality manager and that things would start to turn around. Now as we go on to the end of this year, we have turned things around, and if it wasn't for a defeat against Watford the other day, we'd have been sitting a pretty 7th in the Premier League, and things are starting to look up again. Not only on the pitch, but off the pitch as well. Everybody seems to be united in the way that the club needs to go. Everybody seems to be united once again in the way that the West Ham family are together. And what you need to remember as we go into 2019, we can never let this happen again, because united we are stronger, but divided we will be defeated, and that's nearly what happened. So I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and just to remind you, in 2019, let's stick with the team, let's stick with each other and make this a happy, happy place to be. A few notable mentions in 2019, of course, as you sit down with your families and enjoy your Christmas dinner, is that family is the most important thing in the world. Whether it be a football family, a physical family, family will always have your back. And as you enjoy your family this Christmas, think about those in need. Isla Caton is still battling cancer over in Barcelona right now. So if you can this Christmas, if you've got a few Christmas money, dig deep in your pockets and make this little girl's dream come true. Special mentions this year have to go to Baz Cox and all the team, raising money for Isla Caton, tirelessly out there, game in, game out, collecting money, and she needs as much as she can. I sat with her uncle Stevie and her granddad Tony the other day at a charity event, and the story was retold and it really hit home again. I'll leave a link in the description to the Just Giving down below. So please give generously. As I said once again, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Here at West Ham Fan TV, we appreciate your support, because this channel would be nothing without you. And we're nearly 50,000 strong now, and it keeps on growing every day. And at the beginning of the year, I thought it would all collapse on itself. So thank you very much, and I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you for listening. One thing left to say. Come on, you Irons.